Hey guys. Hey Virgo. I actually recorded your reading and Capricorns, but for some reason my camera kind of messed it up. There was no sound, and for some reason the video was being sped up really fast. So I want to make sure, I don't want to redo your reading because I want to make sure that the messages that came out of that reading is exactly the messages that my ancestors had in mind. Because, and plus, you know, I'm kind of running out of time for today. I wanted to get all of the earth signs read. So hopefully this video actually records properly. So Virgo, what we're gonna do, I already pulled your cards and everything. The cards that I have laying out right now is Capricorn's reading. So I do remember the cards that were pulled for you, and I'm just gonna give you guys a brief overview of what the reading was talking about. And for you, for the month of September, remember these messages I intend to resonate for those born under the Virgo constellation in your sun, moon, and rising placements. Please check your sun or your moon and rising placements for deeper resonance. I'm reading for both. I read for both sidereal and Western astrological charts. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay. I just want to check and see and make sure that I'm actually, I don't know what was happening with those readings, but anyway, we push on. Overall, Virgo, the messages that you received had a lot to do with romance. Okay. If that is not what's on your mind right now, then I really do recommend that you check your, like, if you're listening to this as a Virgo sun and it's not resonating with you, check your rising or your moon sign. Check those videos out, and you know, those may actually resonate more with you. Okay. And if those don't resonate, then maybe your sun sign. If you're watching for your moon or your rising, maybe check your sun sign out. But so far, those are the energies that I got for you guys. Virgo was romance. And September is a month number 9. So the number 9 is very spiritual. It's, you know, has a lot to do with endings. The ending before the next beginning, as I like to say. There is a relationship of sort, or some kind of relationship that's very near and dear to your heart for some of you, Virgo, and there may have been some circumstances that have just been very indicative of an absence of awareness, just kind of, you know, being unaware of toxic ingredients that kind of make up the relationship that you're in with somebody that need your attention. And it also, you know, it calls for the person that you are in a relationship, it needs their attention as well. I've also gotten the intuitive message towards the end of your reading that you need to be very careful with the people you are gaining advice from about your relationships. You may have a family who likes to talk a lot of, excuse my language, they like to talk shit about your person, or maybe they're just not as optimistic about you being in a relationship with somebody. You just may have a very pessimistic family member, or maybe it's your whole family, I don't know. Those are not the people that you should be getting advice from. You want to get sound advice if you are looking for advice regarding your romantic life, whether you're single or in a relationship, what have you. What I was also getting is, you know, what my ancestors were showing me is for September, you really need to ground yourself. So if this is a time where you really feel like, you know, I really want to get these things done, I want to secure a relationship, I want to secure this. Some of you guys, maybe there have been some cancellations of plans recently, and you may be trying to speed things up. I was saying this to Scorpio as well. So for those of you Virgo who have maybe Scorpio in your chart, in your big three, your sun, moon, or your rising, some of you guys may actually have Scorpio or Libra in your Venus. Make sure you guys check that out. But this is not the time to force a beginning. This is a time to allow to focus more on the things that need to be gotten rid of within your relationships, especially when it comes to your romantic and committed partnerships, whether you're married or in a committed relationship, whether you have children with this person or not. If you're looking to divorce, I got the sense of possibly getting a divorce, but September is not really the time for that. I think you should wait until October to start that new journey. If you are thinking about divorcing someone or breaking up with someone, it was just the energy of needing to ground yourself. If you're trying to save money, or if you're trying to make a big purchase, maybe you're trying to purchase a ring, maybe you're trying to get your wedding dress, or maybe you're trying to buy a house together with someone, or a new car. September is not the time for that. That's what I got. You can agree or disagree, it's totally fine. Wait till October. Wait until October comes around, okay? If you're really, really trying to get that off the ground. But I just get the sense if you have any type of pessimism or any type of doubts or fears surrounding finding a beautiful relationship with someone, or growing within a marriage or within a current relationship that you're in, don't allow certain circumstances within your relationship that's more on the negative front to deter you from staying committed. You may have some people telling you what is or what isn't right within your relationship to someone. You know, you may have people who are saying, well, that's unhealthy, that's not a happy relationship. You know, you may have a lot of people try, or maybe someone who's giving you a lot of advice about what a relationship is supposed to be. But the High Priestess did come out in your reading. So you and your person, you guys are you're deeply connected on a spiritual level. Some of you guys may have actually like a telepathic type of relationship or connection to your person. If this is a new person coming in by the time October comes around, make sure that you are following your intuition. It's going to be more than just, you know, oh, this person is cute, or this person likes the same things that I like, or, you know, we get along so well. It's going to be the relationship with this person. You're going to see those indicators through your intuition. So don't just fall for, if you're single or if you're looking for a new relationship with someone, don't necessarily fall for the more visual or aspects. You know, the visual does come in, you know, you being attracted to that person. This is going to be a very deep relationship with somebody, and it's really going to call for you to pay attention and to make sure that you are not rushing anything. You want to make sure that you are allowing your ancestors or your creator or your guardians and protectors to guide you to this person. And for some of you, if you're already in a relationship with this person, and you have that telepathic, deep-rooted connection to that person may have come about in your life when you least expected it. You're like, you probably never even thought you could ever find someone with this type of connection. Okay. So you and your person, if you're with someone now, you guys definitely have a very close connection to this person, and it is very beautiful. there's just some challenging moments from the past up until now, some arguments, some maybe even some really hard some hardships that happened in your relationship that was really challenging you. And some of you guys may have some spirits or entities that are, or some people who are trying to get between you guys to stop this relationship from moving forward and growing, because of how powerful your connection is with this person. And there may be some jealous hearted people involved, because they may look at you and your person and have judgments about you or have some jealousy about you guys. I don't know. That's just what I was picking up on in the reading. So whatever you think is impossible, think again. Some of you guys may have in your mind, you know, there is no way I'm never going to get married. It's impossible for me to get married. That's not true. This relationship is testing your resilience, is testing your commitment. And you may have some people around you who are like, you don't need to be with that person. That person is A, B, C, or D. But you have to follow your spirit, Virgo. You have to follow your spirit. You have to follow your I mean, I don't want to say you have to do anything. You don't have to do anything that I'm telling you to do, okay? I'm not a fortune teller. I'm not here to tell you, you know, if you do this, you're going to get this. I'm just telling you what my ancestors are showing me. You don't have to listen to me. But if you truly want this person, or you want this type of relationship, for those of you who are focused on relationships right now, this is the work that is required of you. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I got for you guys. This relationship with this person is not easy, but that doesn't mean that it's set up for failure. It just means that there are some ingredients that are missing, or some ingredients that have been tossed into the pot of this relationship that are really unnecessary. Does that make sense? So you can choose to break up with this person, or you can choose to stick it out with this person and heal whatever needs to be healed. Some of you guys, there's a lot of trauma responses within the relationship, a lot of codependency happening in the relationship, or there could be some the energy of wanting the other person to see your point of view. But it's like all of that, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but you guys have bigger fish to fry in this relationship. And I think somebody, you or this other, the person that you're with, are, for those of you who are in a current relationship, you might kind of gotten blindsided, or distracted from why you chose this person in the first place. And I really think that it's more than just, it's more spiritual. It's deeper than you give. It's deeper than you think. So if you guys are in a relationship with a person and, you know, everything that I've described about this relationship is not resonating, and you don't feel that this person has those like deep roots within this relationship with you, and you just kind of feel like the relationship is shallow, like you guys may get along with this person, but it's not like deep rooted, like spiritual passion for this person, then it's quite possible that September, you will leave September realizing that this person is not necessarily the person that you really are in love with. They could just be someone that you chose because, you know, maybe there are those of you, you're realizing that you settled for someone. I don't know, but you may realize that you're with someone for the wrong reasons, or they're with you for the wrong reasons. And there are those of you who may decide, you know, I want more in a relationship than what I'm getting. Okay? But others of you, you have this relationship with your person, and you guys have been through it with this person, but every single time it really comes down to it, you're like, I still choose this person. This is like, there are those of you, Virgo, you know for a fact that this is your person, that there is nobody else but this person. And you may not be able to understand why. You just know. There's just this inner knowing within you and your person. You guys know that this, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what judgments people are passing on to me. I mean, some of you guys, you may be in a relationship with someone who is older than you, or a little bit younger than you. And there may be some people looking at it like, making some judgments, thinking that it's more about the money than it is about the soul. There could be something going on there, that you need to just kind of release. And there are others, obviously both of you should be adults. So like, I'm not saying that if you're 17 or whatever, or 18, or you're still a teenager and you're marrying somebody who's in their 30s or something, like, okay. That might be a problem. Okay. I am not giving the green light for you guys to marry somebody who is way, like, not in your, if they're not really an adult, stay away from it. Okay. But I'm speaking to those of you who are adults, and you might be just a little bit, like, a bit younger than the person that you're with. If you're an adult, then, and you know that this is your person, you don't need to explain that to anybody. Others of you, depending on your family and your culture, you might be in a relationship with someone who is a different culture or a different religion or a different race than you, and maybe you're getting some type of advice, that goes against, your growth with that person. I don't know. Could be a lot of things. It could be maybe the person that you're with, or maybe you have some issues and you're, I don't know, maybe there's just some issues that you might have, or that your person might have in your family, or people are judging your relationship based on that. All I see, Virgo, for you guys, when it comes to your romantic partnerships in the month of September, for those of you who are more focused on romance or focused on your committed relationships, you guys may be facing, some scrutiny or some drama. Or maybe you guys have just been dealing with a lot of arguments with your person. And I also got that when the High Priestess came out, is some of you guys, there are some entities, again, that are really trying to stop you guys. Like, Virgo, you are in a relationship with someone they are very powerful in their spirit, and you are too. This is more on a spiritual level. So you should not listen. If there are people giving you advice and it's not coming from a spiritual standpoint, when it comes to this beautiful, passionate, deep spiritual relationship you have with somebody, if they're not coming from a spiritual level and they're not understanding, if they don't see how powerful this relationship is with your person to some degree, then they really don't understand why you love this person so much. Or, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm getting here, especially for those of you who might have Scorpio in your Venus, or Scorpio somewhere in your chart, or Libra, or even Capricorn. Maybe you have a very Capricorn energy type of family where it's very strict, very traditional. So yeah, I'm just getting the sense that you need to get some help. Could be some spiritual help. You could go to therapy, but you're realizing that maybe even with your own health, there are those of you, Virgo, you're really realizing that your relationships have kind of been under attack. Your romantic partnership with someone has kind of been under attack, and there's just the need to make sure that you are purging and cleansing and purifying yourselves, getting the help that you need to get rid of codependency, and trying to understand why we're arguing so much, things like that. So overall, by the time October comes around, Virgo, I just get the sense that you guys are going, some of you guys are getting married in October, or you guys are getting proposed to, or you're proposing to someone else. There is this new, brand new cycle that is happening within a relationship with someone. And others of you, maybe you're having a child, or you're getting pregnant, or someone else is getting pregnant. I just sense that there is definitely a win-win outcome for you guys. So if you guys are kind of pessimistic about relationships right now, or maybe you've hit rock bottom within your relationship with someone and you guys haven't been talking, or you guys have just kind of had that feeling of that you guys are going to break up or get divorced, there has been some kind of shift within your relationship with this person. And if you're kind of like with no contact with this person, I get the sense that you may think that this is not going to work out, it's never going to work out. But that person, I'm getting the sense that they are, if you guys have that telepathic, type of connection with your person, you can feel when they're actually feeling scared, or when they're feeling concerned for you, or when they're thinking about you. It's kind of interesting. But you need to communicate. There needs to be some communication there. And some of you guys, again, therapy is going to be very beneficial for you. Okay. Some of you guys, I do sense that there's going to be children. There's going to be a lot of beauty in the future for you with this person, as long as both of you guys are doing the work to get rid of toxic behavior and to just wipe the slate clean with somebody. You also got the Star card, which was Aquarius. So some of you guys are dealing with a Pisces, someone with Pisces in their chart, Aquarius in their chart. I did see that. Very, very intuitive type of energy. And I also got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups for you guys. So when it comes to having children, you and this person, they're very fertile. You guys are very fertile. You guys may have multiple children, I don't know. Or maybe you might just have one, depending on the decisions that you make. Okay. So overall, I'm just getting that you guys need to have some conversations with your person. You guys need to start having conversations about your emotions and how you feel. Okay. You, Virgo, or your other person may come from a family where you guys don't talk about your emotions. And maybe your person is the type of person, the type of individual, they actually talk about their emotions, right? They don't leave anything just up to chance, or just, up for question. They're like, this is how I feel. And maybe that might be triggering for some of you. I don't know. But I just really get that there is going to be a lot of beautiful energy between you and someone else. And if you're settling and you're just like, oh, like, hopefully this is the person. It's like, no, let your intuition guide you to this person. And how you do that is by taking a step back and stop trying to force things. Okay. You may meet somebody and you may immediately like them, and you're like, oh, we get along, blah, blah, blah. We have good conversations, but that doesn't mean that they're the person for you. Okay. If you're looking for someone who has this soulmate or this deep passion fire for you, and it feels familiar, and it's like you guys, in a way, you're like twins. It's like you guys just know what each other are thinking. It's like you may feel that that's impossible. You're like, there's no way. There's nobody out there like that for me. That's not what I saw in the cards, you guys. Okay? So let your intuition guide you to this person. And if you are already in a relationship with this person, don't let them go, at least not yet. Okay? So those are your messages that I got for you, Virgo, for the month of September. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.